Hi, and welcome to another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about Chris Brown, okay? The obsession with Chris Brown. So, Chris Brown came out around 2005 with his self-titled debut album and peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and whatnot, right? And growing up in that era, because I'm 32, so I grew up in the era where Chris Brown essentially was at his peak. Okay, where he was on the up and up, he was coming up. Everybody loved him, and it was easy to because he was conventionally attractive, and more importantly, he was light skinned. Even growing up, I remember I had a close friend and she absolutely loved Chris Brown. She was gawking after Chris Brown. And I'm happy that I could say that I never really understood it. It wasn't really, I don't know. I knew that he was a handsome person, a handsome man, but I never was like, I just didn't get it. Like, I just don't understand. Wasn't for me. And now that I'm finding out all of the things that he's saying behind closed doors that are coming to light, it makes me feel good. At least that was my spirit telling me, like, yeah, something's off about him. And that's besides the whole colorist thing. But I had ran across this video.
The Lord gave me a dream last night and told me when I woke up this morning to warn the body of Christ of this dream, and not just the body of Christ, the unbelievers, those that may not be strong in their faith, and the babes in Christ. In this dream, I was in this huge stadium, and when I looked around, it was very dark. The only thing that I can see was like neon lights. And as I'm looking around the stadium, I'm seeing thousands upon thousands of people gathering. As I walked down the stairs towards the stage, it got darker and darker. When I got on the stage, I saw background singers. I saw them preparing for a performance. In the dream, I could tell that a performance was about to go forth, but I didn't know who was finna sing or what kind of performance it was. When I got backstage, I saw women running towards this singer. I still hadn't saw the singer's face, so I didn't know who was getting ready to perform, but I heard his voice. In this dream, I walked up to the singer because I had to be sure that it was the person that I thought it was. This singer had no light on him. He was so full of darkness. When I walked up to this singer, I knew it was Chris Brown. But it's the thing that happened next that God is warning the body of Christ of, and those that will listen. When I looked at him and he looked at me, his face shape-shifted. He contorted into a whole demon. When I woke up this morning, the Lord began to minister to me concerning that dream and told me to warn the people that is partaking in his music to stop. The Lord told me to warn the people of 2 things concerning this singer. There is a strong, seductive, and seducing spirit that is behind his music. The Lord also said to warn the people that there is always intention behind every performance that he does. God is saying to heed his words, especially women, because there are spirits that are on assignments to attach themselves through this man's music. Spirits of perversion, sexual immorality, and the main one that's not talked about enough concerning this man, the spirit of idolatry. Stop listening to this man's music. Stop going to his concerts, because when you leave them concerts, the spirits, they leave with you.
And I don't know this YouTuber, but I will link the video in the description, just reacting to content. And with all of that being said, there are still going to be people that are going to flock to him like flies to a rotten piece of meat. You have to really think, there are women out there that are shelling out rent to just take a picture with this man. I mean, it's absolutely insane. There has to be something going on to where women are in this infatuated state. And I've heard of so many different things, but women that know that this man, they wouldn't have a chance with this man, they just are so desperate to get a picture with this man and to feel this man, they're willing to compromise everything and pay and shell out this type of money for this man in the economy that we're in. I mean, there are women on here that want him to grip up their BBL. There are women on here that are women that aren't probably into other women that are willing to take pictures with this man and shell out this type of money. There was even a picture that I saw that I'm not sure if it's just him and a guy standing, or did you as a black man really pay to go take a picture with this man? There's a white Chris Brown doppelganger that wants to take a picture with this man that's a super fan, but it's mostly women. But I want to point out these women in specific, the chocolate women that want to shell out this type of money to take a picture with him. And ironically, they are one of the most beautiful women that I've seen thus far taking a picture with him. But I just want to point that out when I show you this next clip.
Child, I got this one. I was 26 years old, standing in line at a very exclusive Los Angeles club. I live in Los Angeles, and I was with two light-skinned girls and one white girl. And we're walking into the club, and a very famous R&B singer, okay, walked up to me and looked at my girl, said, "You can get in, but no darkies." I kept walking because I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "I said no darkies," and I was literally escorted off the property. Let's just say in that particular day, my dating preferences completely changed. And I just want to say to him, look at me now.
Most disrespectful thing a black guy has ever said to you as a black girl?
Now we're gonna go ahead and look at the comments on this. It says, "Don't tell me your friends still went in." They probably did, and if they did, I'm gonna let you know this right now. Like, I don't want to say most, but a lot of light skinned girls are not your friends. I don't know who needs to hear that, but a lot of light skinned girls are in competition with you, especially if you're a chocolate woman who gets attention from men. Because at the end of the day, when somebody gets a certain amount of attention, their ego gets boosted. And it depends on what you do with it, and it depends on how the person is. There are a lot of pretty people out here that have ugly insides, and if a light-skinned woman is your friend, you really have to be careful, because there are women that they're so used to getting attention. If you come in the mix and then you start getting attention, it turns them into this ugly monster. It's like, okay, girl, you literally go, you get attention. This one, the one guy that comes that's not interested in you, or if you feel like you're not getting enough attention, or you feel like they're getting more attention, they just turn into another person. So if somebody was to say something like that, that means that they don't have no, they're gonna go in even though their friend just got disrespected. That's not your friend. Okay. And then everybody's asking who's the singer, and it is allegedly Chris Brown. Okay. No darkies allowed inside. Okay. And there was even a rap verse that, Drake had said about darkies being left out in the cold. Like, these people, they worship Satan. Satan is going to highlight and overly hype up the slave situation that happened to our people, our ancestors, according to Deuteronomy, because they were disobedient. We were in 400 years. Our ancestors were in 400 years of physical slavery labor. White people took it too far, but that's vengeance is the Lord's. But he's going to highlight that. He's going to create divide and conquer. Okay. He's going to want us to be against each other. It's easier to control people, such a magnitude of people, if you pin them against each other. So he's going to super extra highlight that. Right. But not only that, I wanted to say something about this video that kind of like, oh, she knows her dating preferences changed. Because anyone that is a super fan of Chris Brown, chances are they want to be with him or somebody that looks like him. But for you to change your whole quote unquote dating preference, I don't know if it was light skin is your type, Why would you do that based off of one light-skinned guy? Just saying. Like, he's just one random light-skinned guy who happened to sold his soul allegedly to get to a certain level of fame and notoriety.
I just came across another horror story of a dark-skinned woman who went to a Chris Brown concert, and we all know how that went. At this point, what do y'all want from us? For me personally, I'm out of empathy. This man has been telling y'all since the very beginning he does not like dark-skinned women. He stereotypes dark-skinned women. He hates dark-skinned women. He only takes your money, and that's it. He calls dark-skinned women as darkies. He's racist towards his own people that look like him. He don't like dark-skinned women, but y'all still keep going and giving money to this man who doesn't support y'all. Like, make it make sense. You go to a Chris Brown concert and you know this man is colorist and you receive colorist treatment, and you want to get mad. How many times has this man have to tell y'all that he doesn't like dark-skinned women? How many things have to happen for y'all to understand? I don't know. For me personally, you only have to tell me once that you don't like me. Matter of fact, you don't even have to see it. I would have to, if I sniff it, if I get a whiff that you don't like me, oh, I'm gone. I'm disappearing. I'm not supporting you. You don't like me. You don't like me, so why would I support you? And I used to be a Chris Brown fan. I used to love his music. And then things started to come out. He's like, oh, he's a colorist. I said, okay. Wash my hands off with him. Wash it off and just moved on. But at this point, I'm sorry. For me, I don't have any empathy. Please stop coming online and crying about the experiences as that you experienced as a dark-skinned woman with Chris Brown. If you like him and you want to continue to support him, go do that. But we don't want to keep hearing it anymore. We don't want to keep hearing the bad treatment you receive. We're tired.
Most disrespectful thing.
She just went over something that is a very good point, and that is, why do women of all sorts, because I know it ain't a bunch of light-skinned women in them concerts. It's just not. Certain women who want to be accepted and want to fit in, just like how there are women who specifically go out of the way and have more leniency for light-skinned men. And I'm talking about dark-skinned chocolate women. When it comes to trying to fit in, they want their offspring to be lighter. Actually, I was about to play it, but then I hear copyrighted music in the background, so I'm not even gonna bother. Wasn't really that much of an enthralling conversation. She just basically said, look at me, that wasn't staged, I was getting kissed by Chris Brown. And if you don't know, this is, like it says in the title, the woman Chris Brown kissed. Chicago says it was not staged and he picked her out of the crowd. Okay, so she just basically basking in, no, it was me, he picked me out of the crowd, and that's just what it is. And it's crazy. Just want to note, these be the girls that are quick to call you a pick me if you say anything positive about men, but she literally got picked and is like gushing. The true pick me, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, why wouldn't, if you want somebody and you want to get picked, what's wrong with that? The only issue I see is just don't let it be Chris Brown. This comment reads, ladies, what the hell is with that baby hair BS y'all doing? What is that? This one says, I call them four stashes. Looks like a little mustache on their foreheads. But anyway, her hair kind of look odd too, like her hairstyle. You know, pretty girl, but she's gonna be on her super high horse now. Like, nobody gonna be able to tell her nothing. And even when she said that she was in a crowd and he chose me, but he's not wifing it though. Okay, you just gave him free access to you, and it's just like, it's just weird. But these women are under this spell, and that's the point that we talked about in the beginning of the video. That woman, that the Most High have given this woman a vision to tell people that he has an idolatry spirit on him. He wants you to not only idolize him, but it's going to be a spirit where you idolize yourself. Speaking of being self-centered, there was a time when I was blinded by my own pride and made so many mistakes. And during this time, the Most High had blessed me, protected me, and protected my seeds. Yes, there are consequences that I'm dealing with today, but it definitely could have been worse, and the Most High definitely blessed us through it. If you don't want to go through certain things, you learn from people who have already went through it. And the Most High has given me this testimony to be able to talk about the things. I can't really talk too much about certain things on the internet because, on these internet streets, they are monitored and fact checked, and there's just a whole agenda. But these are the things I wish I had listened to when the Most High had tried to show me. Also, things about epidural and whatnot. If you are trying to raise up the next generation in the truth, and that is through the love that the Most High has blessed us with through his son Christ. If you want to show your appreciation while getting edification, you can click the link in the description. The pin comment. I also have another book, Value Your Virtue. It basically states what it's about, just things that I wish I had known before you lay down with the man you lay down with, your husband. And I will be adding more books on there as well. If you want to check some more things out, this is the journey. I also have a blog, The Make It Mom. Definitely check that out. I'll be adding a lot more posts coming soon. Back to the video. It'll be a spirit where you idolize yourself as well. And she is a perfect example. This woman, the pride comes before the fall. This woman is going to be so prideful and blinded because that's what Satan wants. He wants you to have as much distractions as possible. So when he run the play, you fumble the ball hard. Like Eve dropped that ball, and that was the biting the apple. And it's just history repeating itself, because at the end of the day, Chris Brown is not eternal. As far as like there's in this world, and in the after, if God decides that wherever he's gonna go, which something tell me I kind of know based off of his actions, his current actions, he's not going to be in a place where he's being idolized, and you might end up right next to him. You might end up in pain and suffering too. And people don't understand how serious this is. And the time is winding. Time is going faster. And what makes this even crazier is that she was in a relationship. Yes, viral footage showed Chris Brown kissing a female on stage while her husband watched from the audience. Was that a different one? First of all, why would you go on stage?
A woman in front of her husband. I guess he brought a girl on stage and he probably ain't know she was married. I ain't gonna lie, I don't care what nobody say, this wrong on every level. As a woman, you gotta have no respect for your man. What type of person are you? I don't care if this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for you. This is not right. She wouldn't have had no ride home, and all her shit would have been outside when she got back. She would have had to ask Chris Brown, can she stay tonight? And I would have been at that building first thing in the morning for them divorce papers. See, Chris Brown don't know you fucking up people's relationship. Even the people he ain't bringing on stage is still thirsting for him in front of they dude. That's why I always say, do not go with your girl to no male concert. If they ain't going to go see a woman, I do not want them going. You can do whatever you want, but you ain't going to be with me doing it. Now, if this was me and Young Miami and Cardi B brought me on stage, I'm going up there. But this ain't about me, though. Y'all not supposed to be doing that. Shorty wrong as hell. Facts.
Man, so he said if Cardi B and whoever Young Miami was on stage, he would okay. But this is what I'm talking about. I don't even know. That's why I said the other girl didn't give me married vibes, cuffed vibes. She gave me very much so single as a Pringle and prideful. A prideful single Pringle. Okay, but this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, the crazy part to me is that you would go to a concert with your wife and it's Chris Brown or any of these demonic celebrities, but really going to a Chris Brown concert. You think that these women like this man just for his music? They listen, Satan intentionally makes these celebrities attractive. Just look at, there's a clip with Rick Ross or whatever his name is. Okay, that guy. Of all people to be trying to judge people about their appearance, but okay. So unfortunately, Rick Ross's Crusty Beat is in the background and it's probably copyrighted or whatever. So I just gotta show these clips. But essentially, Rick Ross says he calls this girl to the stand and essentially sing. And you know those songs that you like that you sing along to, but you know there are certain notes that only people that can sing will be able to really sing that note. That was her voice was struggling, like that voice was about to crack and fall apart the way that she sung that song, like. And he ended up like saying she was good and all that, like it was crazy. But then this girl gets on and he just looks at her with this disapproval. Like he looks at her as if he's looking in a mirror. He just, the self-hate, I'm trying to tell you, he's looking at himself when he sees the color, because she's a pretty girl, but he just disapproves. Even the guy that was next to him kind of has this look on his face like, oh, really? Like you think, because she did amazing with the song. And it even like in the part, like the concession part of the reality show, whatever, when they talking, this girl here, she's like, oh, it is what it is, and whatever the case is, because she know, I think she deep down, she really knows she can't sing, or maybe she's tone deaf. But like, I don't know, and there's something about her, like she seemed like one of those people where from far away she looked like good maybe, but close up she kind of looked like that makeup is just too much. It's just too much. Even the chocolate girl, like she still looked pretty, but like her without the makeup, I'm just saying, she looks so much better. Both of them do without. I guess she's not wearing makeup in this other one, but that's besides the point. The point is, Rick Ross hates himself, so that's why, allegedly, so that's why the light-skinned girl who cannot sing got play. This world is shallow. Satan knows that, and he plays off of that with y'all. He plays off of that. He knows that you're going to judge a book hard on its cover. If somebody is attractive, you're going to laugh at their jokes more, or whatever the case. You're going to do certain things that you wouldn't do. You'll have more leniency that you wouldn't have for somebody else. So that's why he was one of the perfect candidates to go and do this thing. And Satan, you don't have to have talent. God gave Satan the ability to be able to bless people, so he could do the voice and all that stuff. And I heard Satan was that type of he was a singer. He would, like, people, I heard this is I'm not saying this is from the Bible, but this is what I heard, is that he would sing and the angels would look and everything. And it's like, that's a perfect example of when you get a certain type of pride can blind you, because you must be crazy to try to take on the Most High. That's just a straight fact. That's a straight fact. You must be blind to do that, because it's not a wise thing to do. Why people are obsessed with these individuals is because of this right here. Okay, I'm gonna play this clip.
Check out this clip.
But I'll feel, yeah, the show wouldn't be good if I don't pray first.
Okay.
So like, you know, I like, no matter what religion any of my people are on, we all get in a circle and we thank whoever God y'all love.
Yeah.
and we asking to bless us when we get on stage. So I think that's probably my only ritual, just making sure like we right with the people giving us the ability.
Yeah, man.
And that's why y'all got to be careful, y'all. Because when people say God is a general term. When I talk about God, I'm talking about the uppercase G, God. But then it was brought to my attention that you have to be mindful and intentional about what you're saying. Even though, yes, the Most High will know if you're talking about him. But when you see these celebrities hop on stage and say the God and stuff like that, there's a reason why they just say God. They talking about the lowercase G God that's running this joint for now, that got permission to run this joint. Okay, for now, that has to ask permission, because the real deal, he's in charge and still is in charge regardless. So you have to be mindful, even when they hop on there and say Jesus, we thank Jesus, talk to Jesus. That's somebody else, y'all. Yes, there's two different Jesuses. His real name is Yeshua. So you have to be mindful about what you are consuming, because it's crazy to me, because even in that clip, the man don't look healthy.
Okay. So
The man don't look healthy. He doesn't look like he's allegedly a fiend. Women are lining up, which is crazy, to take a picture with a fiend. These celebrities, the glow kind of go out of their eyes and they just look different. It's just wild. The man has been accused. There's been times when he was arrested in 2000. There was a 2019 Paris incident during an investigation in Paris regarding aggravated blank allegations. Police reportedly discovered drugs, including that white stuff, in his hotel suite. Okay, so that's he looked like he do that stuff. He looked like he has to get ridiculously high to go perform. Okay, and sin opens up doorways. The demon that's controlling him or that's behind him or whatever spirits, familiar spirits, they love that, because at the same time they hate humans. So it's like a backwards thing to do. You over here, you making deals with people that absolutely hate you. And did y'all all forget about this woman, Gina 2, addresses whether she slept with celebrities amid AIDS battle. She spoke up and said that she was dealing with Chris Brown around them times. And when I say that, I mean she had found out about it and it became full-blown AIDS when she discovered it, because she didn't get tested or didn't have any symptoms, but she had it from 10 years ago, which was around the time that she was relevant and was hanging around celebrities like Chris Brown. And this is how she ended up. This was a beautiful girl, and then she got full-blown AIDS because she wasn't checking up on herself. And this isn't like disrespect to this woman surviving AIDS. People don't just regularly do that. But the video that I'm about to show you is very sensitive for certain people. So if you want to skip ahead, but about to play this video of what AIDS actually does, and that is, yes, a STI. Like, it is something that's transferred through that, and a lot of people are risking their lives for that. But she was always seen around Chris Brown and them. But this the man you want to lock lips with. A man that was with Rihanna, and they allegedly said the reason why he used her as a punching bag was because she allegedly gave him herpes. This is all alleged. But it's just, it's so many allegations. It has to come from somewhere. But y'all want to lock lips with bull like that. That is crazy to me. And then on top of that, the husband, you see your wife kissing Chris Brown. So what do? You better had, you should have been walking out the concert right then and there to go to court. That's why I say, like, people will call you, gaslight you, and call you insecure. But I know my man better not be on nobody. Oh, I'm a fan of this and that. First of all, you a grown man. The only thing you should be a fan of is the Most High, Christ, and the Holy Spirit. I don't want to hear you being a super fan of nobody. Yes, I'm not saying there aren't people that you go, oh wow, this person really good. I really like their music or whatever the case is. Like, it's really like a inspirational, or I just really like this. I really like mess with this. Nowadays, you gotta be careful. You can't be a fan of nobody. That's, first of all, it is idolatry. Yes, the first commandment is a representation of God's jealousy. which is something I love. That is an amazing thing to know, that he loves us so much. He wants us to know, like, yes, it is him. He does deserve all the praise. Why would I want you to be X, Y, and Z? And if you are a child of the Most High, you're going to exhibit his traits. Yes, I'm very jealous over mine. So I'm not looking for all of that. That's not what I'm looking for. If you want to, yes, you could go do you. If for all of that, and that's what's happening, y'all. But you don't want to be the one going and doing you. And then when the time comes where it's time to collect, and you're not in the collection, you don't want that. So I'm gonna leave the video off with saying that, like, please, the music is there's witchcraft. There's witchcraft in the music, and the comments say it enough. You know, it really is wild. But they're not. People aren't gonna typically listen to this, but they're going to be rude, and they're going to say rude things. Okay. But for the most part, I'm happy most people are realizing, yes, this is crazy. People, the fangirl thing is more than just that. It's some type of blood that he putting in the spaghetti, because these women are obsessed with this man who, in my humble opinion, okay, looks like a glorified junkie. Looks like a glorified junkie. Okay. I even heard he perm his hair. I mean, he hates himself. He perms his hair to be having it all wavy. Because when I was younger, I don't remember being all wavy like that. Somebody called it peasy. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with peas. Like, I don't understand. People really just hate themselves.
Beings actually make sense of it. It's we're manifesting, but it's something else.
For Swifties, seeing Taylor Swift live is a dream come true. But for some of these diehard fans, they have no memory of their concert experience. It's being called Taylor amnesia. You heard that right. Some fans can't remember the concert they attended just moments earlier.
Did she play the song? I don't remember this song. I don't remember her doing that.
I mean, where does this list end? I cannot believe how many witches are in the music industry.
Be careful, y'all. Leave the video off on that, talking about some Taylor amnesia. Like, they have whole names for it, just like how they will have ADHD. There's a problem when they coming out with terminology. That means a lot of people are going through that, and it ain't no different for Chris Brown concerts. Okay, be mindful. Take this to the Most High, but for sure, it's a direct message to you. If you've made it this far, especially, you need to create a relationship with the Most High. If that is in your heart and your soul, and that's what you want to do, and that's what you feel led to do. So I know, as for me and mine, we serve the Lord. Okay, the Most High has done unimaginable, amazing things for us on another level. I'm talking about extreme favor. I'm talking about, it don't matter what nobody think. Okay, yeah, that's cute. Y'all think about what, but my Father on his throne, he make it move. He do whatever pleases him. I truly believe that if I need to move that mountain, and I pray to him, please, I'm on my knees for my Father. I'll be fanning and geeking out if I was ever to see Christ, but there's just no way I can ever faint out for these people that bleed just like, well, we don't know. Some of them is clones, some of them is not human. We finding out all this type of stuff, but either way, they have absolutely no competition to my big God I serve, the biggest. So with all that being said, seek the Most High, create that relationship through Christ, through Yeshua, his son. We have been able to get granted this opportunity to create a relationship with him in the real deal forever. Okay, because this is something light for him. This is the crumbs. Okay, the people that are geeking over the stuff that they selling their soul for is the crumbs of knowledge of the Most High. Let them know. Okay, but it's sad, it's unfortunate, it's just a shame, but Christ is giving us this opportunity to wash away our shame, okay, and follow him and be his biggest fan, okay, because he deserves it. His Father in heaven, he obeyed his Father. We literally the Most High deserves all the praise. Okay, but with all that being said, all praises to the Most High. Pick up your King James Bible. That's the one that I recommend. It's the Lord's Word manifested. And stay sober-minded in these spiritual streets. Peace.